In front of us, I have two identical Coquette D10s. Yes, they look different on customization and paint jobs, but they are exactly the same when it comes to performance, both fully upgraded and ready to rumble. The reason I have these two cars here today is because we are going to be putting to the test just how much of an advantage running off-road tires on your vehicles give you versus running sports or super tires. In case you didn't know this fact, different tires give you different grip coefficients. Just like how low grip tires give you absolutely zero grip when trying to roll around corners, off-road tires do the complete opposite and actually give you the most grip and tread when driving a vehicle. Now you'd think that would mainly only be the occurrence for an off-road vehicle using off-road tires, but nope, even if you're driving a supercar, it seems that Rockstar coded it in that off-road tires just get better grip in general. So in today's video, we're really going to be putting that to the test and seeing how much of an advantage driving supercars and sports cars with off-road tires gives you versus driving them with sports tires. Just a quick thank you to the channel sponsor, U4GM. If you want modded accounts with billions of dollars, high levels, and everything else in GTA, then make sure to check out the description down below. And if you do purchase something, use code POOB to get a 5% discount. So what we're going to do is bring my personal D10 inside of Los Santos Customs and put on some off-road tires. We're going to be doing a couple tests today. We're going to be doing a drag race to see if that extra grip actually gives you an advantage in the overall acceleration and grip. And we're also going to be doing a lap time test to see whether you should actually be running off-road tires on your vehicle or you should be sticking to sports or super. So we are just going to put on Raider. I think these are fine. Honestly, off-road tires in general aren't the prettiest, but I've always liked Raider the best. It does look kind of goofy though, putting off-road tires on your car. Definitely not what it's supposed to look like. But hey, if it does give you better traction and it does give us better performance, then why not, right? That's why I always have two different vehicles, because I can customize each one in a different way and see how I like it. So we're going to head over to the airstrip, and we're going to start off by seeing just how fast each of these cars are. As you can see, we have both of these vehicles lined up, so we're going to start off with our off-road tire vehicle. The way I'm going to do this is very simple. I'm going to hold the gas and as well the handbrake. So as you can see, the engine is running, and when I let go of the handbrake, we're going to spin tires. So that's all we're going to do. That way we have the exact same start for both of these vehicles. So 3, 2, 1, let's go. The stopwatch will obviously be shown for you guys. I'm not actually going to know how fast we are able to finish this. So we're just going to go all the way until we drive, I guess, till the end. We'll have to pick a spot that both cars can finish at the same time. So how about when we touch the dirt? I think that's a fair. Or you know what? I'm going to drive into this pole right here and stop. All right, we are lined up with our super tire Coquette, and in 3, 2, 1, full speed ahead. I'm really interested to see how this actually ends up working out, because obviously both of these vehicles are the exact same in terms of customization, and because of that, I'm just imagining a very similar start here. But I guess we're gonna see. Same rule, we're gonna drive right into this post here, and that should give us a good idea, and stop. Overall, not that much of a difference on acceleration with both of the vehicles. As we saw, the Coquette with off-road tires did actually accelerate a tiny bit faster, but it was really a non-noticeable amount, but still a teeny bit faster on acceleration, which I guess does show that off-road tires do give you slightly better traction. To get a better idea though, we are now going to be doing my 4-mile drive, and we're going to be doing the exact same drive with both Coquettes, and the only difference again is the tires that they use. It's going to give me a great idea of the overall handling and acceleration of both of these cars. So let's see just exactly what we can do with the Coquette. We're going to start by rolling around this corner here, and then we got this corner. This one's usually a bit tricky, but we're doing it pretty well. You know, a lot of people ask me to do this without traffic on the road, so that's exactly what we're doing here today. There is indeed no traffic whatsoever spawning in the streets of Los Santos, which is going to make this much better to get a clear, concise idea of the handling and overall features of both of these vehicles. Now, we can definitely see when, like, rolling around these corners here that the Coquette does struggle on grip, and it seems to slide. And I'm really interested to see if when we use off-road tires that is a problem at all. It's why I actually really wanted to use the Coquette, because this is a great vehicle to get a good idea of overall handling on. So we've already cut down about half of our journey, and we are making our way through the downhill section. Really no red flags here. I mean, when there's no civilians or cars on the road, it makes this obviously a lot easier to do. Got to slow down a little bit there, only a slight bit of grip lossage, but oh man, you can definitely feel this car trying to spin out. You got to almost fight it the entire time. So I am really excited to see how these off-road tires do. We can see there again, had to kind of skirt the vehicle along the road to actually make it around that corner. Okay, well, pretty good stuff. I would actually say this is a rather respectable lap for this car that we have been able to do so far. We got 1.4 miles left to go. Let's roll around this corner here. Again, you'll notice how every single corner this vehicle is having trouble with its tires. It's just really tricky to grip. But at this point, we have less than a mile to go, and I think that was a pretty solid lap, to be completely honest. I don't think we had really any major problems whatsoever. The car handled decently well, but definitely had some struggles with its handling. Even there, we had to drive into the guardrail a little bit. So to finish off the lap, we are simply going to roll around this corner here, and I'm going to crash into something just like we did before to make it as easy as possible. So we're going to drive right into this pole here and stop. 2 minutes and 26 seconds for the Coquette with super tires. I'm actually very interested to see how the Coquette does with off-road tires, because that was a very, very good lap time, and if we can beat it, I'm going to be impressed. Now, what do I mean by beat the lap time? Obviously, there's human error involved in every lap you do, because at the end of the day, unless you got a robot doing the exact same course over and over properly, there's no way to get a perfect lap time back and forth. So what I'm saying is more a second and beyond of difference. If we see a lap and there's only like 1 second difference between the two, I don't think there's much to really talk about. But if I'm able to get a 2-second advantage, 3-second advantage using off-road tires, I do think that it is going to be a huge difference, and you should definitely be running off-road tires on your main go-to Coquette, or whatever you're driving at that. So right now, I can definitely tell you that this car seems to handle a lot better with off-road tires. I'm not having nearly as much tire spin, and we can see that while climbing my way through Vinewood Hills here. It's just almost no tire spin versus all tire spin when we were making our way up with the previous vehicle. Now, going downhill, I still have a feeling we are going to lose some grip. While off-road tires do give you that advantage, I'm not sure how much, and that's something we are definitely going to have to keep in mind. But first corner, not too bad at all. Even this corner here, a little wide, but not that big of a problem. The only problem you have to worry about with these tires is they're actually grippier to the point where you're almost oversteering the vehicle, and you have to be really, really careful about that. But pretty good stuff, and there you go. Nice. Okay, let's slow down a little bit. Ooh, okay. Little sussler, but we're doing fine. We're doing fine. Really trying to handle this car to the best of my abilities here so we can get a really, really close lap. All right. I think we've done a pretty solid job here, and now we are on the straightaway. So all we have to do at this point is hold down the accelerator and see how these vehicles compare to each other. I'm actually really intrigued to see how this ends up working. You're going down the straight here, and then we just have to roll around one final corner. Oh, look at that. We didn't even hit the wall at all, and we're still driving upwards of 140, which is obviously pretty dang impressive. Slow down a little bit here and roll down this corner, and then all we need to do is crash into the post. Holy crap. That was a 6-second difference between the off-road and street tire variants. What the absolute heck? Even if you add in some human error here and there between both of these vehicles, that's still a good 3 to 4 seconds of difference, I would say, between those two vehicles on perfect laps. That is absolutely massive. Wow. I could definitely feel the difference, and I don't know if you noticed the difference in the actual video itself, but you could see that I was not spinning nearly as much tread when rolling around the corners with off-road tires. It felt a lot more maneuverable, which is something that I cannot say about the sports tires variant. So yes, running off-road tires does give you a big advantage when it comes to grip, when it comes to handling on your vehicle. And even though it seems the acceleration is almost identical, that clearly does not mean anything when it comes to rolling around corners and conserving your speed. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. As always, if you enjoyed this type of video and you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below, as I post daily content and I try to help you guys get better. But as always, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye. In case you didn't know this fact, different tires give you different grip coefficients. Just like how low grip tires give you absolutely zero grip when trying to roll around corners, off-road tires do the complete opposite and actually give you the most grip and tread when driving a vehicle. Now you'd think that would mainly only be the occurrence for an off-road vehicle using off-road tires, but nope, even if you're driving a supercar, it seems that Rockstar coded it in that off-road tires just get better grip in general. So in today's video, we're really going to be putting that to the test and seeing how much of an advantage driving supercars and sports cars with off-road tires gives you versus driving them with sports tires.